Hi, I'm Savage. I'm here with these awesome mech lists. I'm gonna do a bit of comparison. These are Mech Mage lists from Battle of the Best, which happened yesterday and or the past couple of days. And Mech Mage was one of the most popular decks there, so I just wanted to take a closer look at what kind of mech lists people were running. It appears that one list was the clear favorite. I don't know where the origins for that, or if somebody like streamed it or something, and then other people picked it up from there, or if these people have come to the same conclusions with what cards are the ones who are running. But this list right here, with Cypher, Fake, Firebat, and also Masson, played all the exact same list. So out of the 8 lists played, half the people were playing the I don't know what to call it. I guess it's the standard list then. But we're playing this particular list. It looks really solid to me, and it might be the best list out of these. It's hard to say. But what it doesn't have is Lothep, which is like my personal kind of favorite card. I really would love to play it in there, but I haven't played Mech Mage that much, so I don't know if it's worth running. Let's look at the Alchemist list. The interesting parts about the Alchemist list is that there's only one Spellbender, and there's only one Tinkertown Technician. Now, I kinda like the Spellbender in a way, that it has some surprise in it, it might sometimes take your opponent off guard. But I don't really. It might not be still worth playing. Also, having only one Tinkertown Technician, I think that's just clearly a mistake, because the card is so powerful, and you quite often on turn 3 you have a mech out there, so you get 3 mana 4/4, which is already amazing, and then you get a spare bat, which can be used later, either to buff a minion or do some tricks or get a fireball with Antonidas. But I definitely think you should be running 2 Tinkertowns. The Harvest Column, yeah, just cut that out and play another Tinkertown. The Spellbender is interesting. I'm not gonna call that a mistake, because I don't really know how it plays out. Yeah, no Boom here. I think Boom should be in every list really, because... Oh, I have a mistake in the Reynads list, by the way. Pretty sure he was playing a Boom. Okay, anyway, I think Boom should be in every list, because it's just so powerful. And yeah, it's just overpowered. But it's not necessarily something that you have to have in a Mech Mage. You can get off with that without playing it, but it's just very powerful card. So this list is the second list that we have here, which was the standard list. Also, I don't really know what would be so special about it. It's just really like a cookie cutter, and I guess that's what you want to be playing on ladder too. Like I can't spot any weaknesses in this list really. I would like to include that Lothep, but not sure what to take out. Alright, so and Granich's list. It seemed to be a lot similar to the most common one, except that he's running Harvest Columns instead of the Spider Tanks. Now, I personally kind of like the Spider Tank more. I think the 3/4 is just so good. I mean, Harvest Column can be a bit sticky, but Spider Tank is just more pressure, and many classes have the removal which deals 3 damage, like Dark Bomb, Frostbolt, Wrath. They are all 3 damage, so the Spider Tank survives those and it hits harder. So I think that Spider Tank is better. Granich also chose to play a second Mechanical Yeti instead of the Dr. Boom. I think that's like if you don't have all the cards and you want to play Mech Mage, I think that's a fine adjustment. But I would still play the Spider Tanks over the Harvest Columns, and I would personally I would play the either Lothep or Dr. Boom over the second Mechanical Yeti. But this is like a budget version. Just take out the Harvest Columns for Spider Tanks and you're good to go. The Antonidas is a must-have, so that one you have to craft if you don't have it. Okay, Reynads list seems to be the most exotic one. Like I said, I think I have a mistake here. I'm pretty sure he was playing Dr. Boom. I'm gonna double check that. Yep, he does have a Dr. Boom, but there's only... What do I have? Where's the mistake? 2 Blast Mages. Ah, he doesn't play an Azure Drake at all. Okay, so pretend that the Azure Drake is Dr. Boom. Dramura, thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. And Kiloria! Wow, we're getting a lot of subs today. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, so the coolest part of this deck is the double water elementals with the Blingatron. I definitely think that if you want to run the Blingatron, you should also be running the water elementals. Because that's how you want to pull it off, either with a Snowjacker or water elemental. So you want to attack with, you want to have one of those on those 4 on the board. You go to face, you freeze the opponent, you play a Blingatron. Okay, you both get a weapon, but your opponent can't use his weapon. So it's almost as if only you were getting a weapon. Like that's the synergy there. So if you want to play Blingatron, please do play the water elementals too. Now I'm not absolutely convinced that it's right to play the water elementals because of the synergy with the mech cards. Because piloted shredders and the mechanical edges are both really good in this Mech Mage because of mech warpers. And also it enables the Tinkertown technicians and the goblin blast mages, so there's quite a bit of synergy here. And the mechs, 4-mana mechs are really solid as they are, so I kind of feel like it might be better, but we also saw that Reynard was in the tournament. He was able to successfully play a Blingatron many times, and the weapon was good. But I think he had a bit of above average RNG with getting the Arcanite Reapers in at least 2 games, where it really mattered. He also got a Light's Justice in some game, but he still managed to win it. I don't remember more than those 3. Okay. Yeah, the Black Knight is a card that you should probably not play in ladder if you're just laddering with this. But I think it's a cool deck card for tournament play, if you know what you're gonna be up against. Like if you're expecting some Druid and stuff. If you want to beat Druid in particular, I think it can be a cool deck card. Yeah, seems like a fine list. I don't know, but just having one Annoyatron. Annoyatron is like really weak, and you want to be the one pressuring, but it does protect your Mech Warper and maybe other stuff too. So it's kind of it's annoying to deal with, and it protects your Clockwork Gnomes and Mech Warpers and stuff. So I think it's a good card. Maybe should be run as 2. The last list we have here is from Thais, and Thais has chosen to play only 1 Clockwork Gnome, only 1 Annoyatron. But he has an extra 3-mana card, which is the Harvest Golem. And he has a Loatheb in his deck. So basically he got one Clockwork Gnome and 1 Annoyatron for Harvest Golem and Loatheb. Now, personally, I like the addition of Loatheb, because I think it's like a really good card, and it protects from AoE and stuff. Like I said, on the early turns, like one from 1 to 4, you are basically building up a board as strong as you can. So you want to have as much stats as possible. So playing Loatheb on 5 is like basically a guarantee that your opponent cannot AoE on the following turn. So you get 1 more turn to just go all in, and they can't Equality Consecrate or well, any kind of AoE. Like it just blocks all the AoE. So I think that can be good. But I don't feel like the Harvest Golem is necessary, because you already have 2 Spider Tanks, 2 Tinkertowns, and sometimes you draw into your mirror entities. So you have plenty of stuff. You have 6 cards to play on. They're so good with the fingers. 6 cards to play with. 6 cards to play with on turn 3 anyway. So you are likely to have one of those on turn 3. And you don't necessarily want to be playing a 3-drop on a later turn. So I think that the Harvest Golem should be cut. And either 1 Clockwork Gnome or Annoyatron should be added. But I really like the idea of cutting one of something. Maybe an Annoyatron or a Clockwork Gnome for the Loatheb. So that's cool. But yeah, mostly it's the same list. So these were the lists played, and I'm really like my favorite. I'm leaning towards the standard list here. But I like the addition of Loatheb from Thais, so maybe I don't like cutting the Clockwork Gnome, but maybe 1 Annoyatron But I haven't played enough with Mech Mage to know for sure. Alright, so that is that. Here, that was the deck list, so let's take it away. Okay, so this was the ties list, but it's gonna be Savage list now because I'm changing one card, so it's no longer ties, it's now mine. The harvest column is not necessary. Let's add the clockwork now. Okay, so let's go to the basic strategies that you want to do with this deck. So, on turn 1, yeah, I got a donation. I'll read the donation just in a sec. On turn 1, you want to play the Corkmaster every time. That's like the best possible thing against every deck, really. So when you mulligan, you want to get the Corkmaster every time. You want the Clockwork Gnome if you don't have a Corkmaster. If you have a Corkmaster already, you probably should throw, maybe even away the Clockwork Gnome. It depends on the other cards. If you have a Mech Warper, you should keep it. But the mulligan cards basically are the Clockwork Gnome, Corkmaster, Mad Scientist, and Mech Warper. If you have the coin, I would also recommend keeping a Snowjagger, because you can go 2-drop into 2-drop. You don't necessarily need a 1-drop in that case. With the coin, so with the coin you can skip the 1-drops. If you don't have the coin, and you don't have a 1-drop, I would really aggressively mulligan for 1-drop. Only keeping Mech Warper and Mad Scientist. Probably not even the Snowjagger. The bad cards to have in early game, the ones that you don't want to have like ever, are the 7 mana cards obviously, and Fireballs, because you don't want to be casting those and they just block your hand. Frostbolt can be good against aggressive decks and decks that have the cards like Knife Jacker and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just turn 1 Corkmaster, turn 2 Mech Warper or Mad Scientist usually. Snowjagger if you don't have those. Like Mad Scientist is so much tempo, you want to play it out early, but if you turn 1 Corkmaster, you want to follow it up with a Mech, because it gets static power. Turn 3 Spider Tank if you don't have a Mech. Turn 3 Technician if you do have a Mech. Turn 4 Blast Mage if you have a Mech. If you don't have a Mech, Mechanical Yeti or Piloted Strider, depending on what you're playing against it, like which stats do you want. Turn 5 Drake or Loatheb. Turn 6 just unload the remaining mechs. Turn 7 Dr. Boom. And your opponent should be dead. Did it!